What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here with Mary Queen of Scots opening Friday. Since the film stars probably one of my favorite actresses in the past couple of years, Saoirse Ronan. Since the film stars, I decided to do a top 5 of my favorite Saoirse Ronan movies. Because to be honest, she hasn't really been in 10 enough films for me to really qualify to the top 10. But I mean, she's some of the she had like very smaller roles in few films, but I'm not really gonna add her like smaller roles in my list. So hopefully in the future I'll probably be able to do a full of top 10 in the future. But for now I'll just do a top 5 because Saoirse Ronan, I'm a big fan of her. I think she's a really tremendous actress. I mean, I believe she scored. I think she has an Oscar nominations about 3 times, and she'll probably get one for Mary Queen of Scots. Who knows? But anyway, with that being said, here's my top 5 favorite Saoirse Ronan movies. All right, coming in at number 5 will be the film Brooklyn. Now, this film was one of the films that scored her a Oscar nomination. The film is directed by this director named John Crowley, who also has his new movie The Goldfinch coming out next year. Saoirse Ronan was amazing in this film. I mean, in it, she plays a young immigrant named Alice Lace who navigates her way through 1950s Brooklyn, and she ends up falling for a New Yorker played by Omari Cohen. It was a pretty good little period drama. You know, Saoirse Ronan was pretty good. Omari Cohen was good. I mean, they had some pretty good chemistry with one another here. Yeah, if you guys still haven't had a chance to check out Brooklyn, give it a go because it's a really nice little period piece film worth checking out. Coming in at number 4 will be the film Hannah. Now, a TV version of this is actually in the works, but the movie is actually really solid. I mean, it was directed by Joe Wright, who also directed stuff like Pan, Darkest Hour. He also worked with Saoirse Ronan on the movie Atonement. And besides Ronan, the film also stars Eric Bana and Kate Blanchett. And Saoirse Ronan actually plays a teenage assassin in this film, who is also raised by her father, played by Eric Bana. Saoirse Ronan, this really showed much of a strength that Saoirse Ronan has on her, because she has some crazy action sequences in this. And I thought Saoirse Ronan gave a pretty good performance too. Eric Bana was pretty good. Kate Blanchett. Too bad they never went ahead in this sequel to this, because I would love to have seen a follow up to this. But hopefully the TV show will be as good. God knows if Saoirse Ronan will reprise her role in it, but that is wait and see. All right. Coming in at number 3 will be the film Violet and Daisy. Now, this film teamed, Saoirse Ronan with Alexis Bledel, where they play 2 teenagers who have been sent to kill a loner played by James Gandolfini. I mean, the film also had Danny Trejo. It also had some, I really dug the chemistry between both Ronan and Bledel. Alexis Bledel in this is definitely not the girl you know from Gilmore Girls. It's a really dark role for her. And like I said, the chemistry was pretty on point. James Gandolfini was pretty decent. Sadly, this was one of his last roles, but because actually this movie came out the same the month that James Gandolfini sadly passed away. But Violet and Daisy, it's a really good little film, and I gotta say it's kind of underrated. It's not really a movie lots of people really talk about, but it's actually not so bad. If you guys haven't seen Violet and Daisy, I highly recommend it. Alright. Coming in at number 2 will be the film The Lovely Bones. Now, this was actually Saoirse Ronan's breakout performance. And the film was directed by Pierre Jackson. Of course, did stuff like Lord of the Rings and King Kong and loads of others. Now, in this, Saoirse Ronan plays a 14-year-old named Susie Salmon who watches from heaven over her grief-stricken family played by Mark Wahlberg and Rachel Weisz, as well, and she also looks over at her killer played by the wonderful Stanley Tucci. Because Stanley Tucci's character pretty much killed Ronan's character. And, she also, must balance her thirst for revenge, while her desire to have her family, heal. Now, I believe Saoirse Ronan scored some award recognition for this. And well deserved. I mean, this was pretty much the film that put Saoirse Ronan on the map. I mean, I believe before this, she'd been in other stuff as a child, but, this was a film that kind of introduced the world to who Saoirse Ronan is. And she was really good. Mark Wahlberg was also pretty decent in this. Stanley Tucci gave probably the best performance of his career. Stanley Tucci is underrated, by the way. I mean, yeah, definitely check out The Lovely Bones. It's a really good and pretty intense film. Coming in at number 1 would be her Oscar-nominated role in Lady Bird. Now, all due respect to Frances McDormand, she was amazing in 3 Billboards, but in a way, I kind of was hoping Saoirse Ronan would be the winner for Lady Bird. She was amazing in this movie. Now, of course, this film was from A24, who's always on their game. And it was the directorial debut by Greta Gerwig, who's actually working with Saoirse Ronan again in that Little Women adaptation, which comes out next year. Kind of looking forward for that. And the film also had Laurie Metcalf, who's amazing on the Connors, by the way. Tracy Letts was pretty good as the dad. Odalia Rush was pretty decent in this. Lucas Hedges was in this. Timothy Chalamet. Some pretty good performers. And yeah, Lady Bird it's a really good coming-of-age film worth checking out. Ronan, of course, gave an amazing performance in her part. I mean, if you guys still haven't had a chance to check out Lady Bird, give it a go. I mean, it is a little bit of a slow film, I will admit there. But it's still a pretty decent film worth checking out. I mean, it's pretty funny, it's heartfelt, and it's also pretty relatable too. I mean, when you either was a teenager or if you are a teenager, Saoirse Ronan's character would probably be relatable to you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my top 5 favorite Saoirse Ronan movies. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 5, Brooklyn. 4, Hannah. 3, Violet and Daisy. 2, The Lovely Bones. 1, Lady Bird. Now, she's been in some other stuff, she has been in some not so good stuff. I also like The Host. Oh, man. She was also in The Seagull, which I thought was horrible. On Chesapeake Beach was a pretty decent one. Atonement, Grand Budapest Hotel, she was pretty decent in. Not really into The Way Back, but she was actually good in that. Lost River wasn't that good of a film. That was the directorial debut by Ryan Gosling, by the way. She was in City of Amber, Secret World of Ariete. Such a really good, underrated Hayao Miyazaki film, by the way. But yeah, let me leave you guys. What are your favorite Saoirse Ronan movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Thomas L. signing off.